Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a quick review by GreyElephant Gaming. Today, what are we talking about?
We are talking about Witness.
Can I get a witness? Okay, this game was sent to us by Asmodee, and how do you pronounce that? How do you say that?
Ystari?
Ystari.
I don't know.
Ystari, me starry, we all sorry that we can't pronounce this. Okay? Games. Now, the purpose of this video is to give our opinion quick and to the point, but what should they do if they want to know more?
If you want to know more about the game, you should watch our live play with the entire game played out in real time.
Real time. I want that to be a thing that pops up. That'd be so, like, real time.
And our live play had guest stars.
It did have guest stars, and you're going to love these guest stars. They came from a galaxy far away.
It's because this game actually requires 4 players.
Even if they're pretend. Alright, so you remember when you were a kid and you played a game called Telephone? You know, you'd lean over and you'd whisper something in the player, person's ear next to you, and then they would whisper into the other person. They would go all around in a circle until the last person got the information, and then they'd have to repeat what they were just told. And it was nothing like the original story.
Yeah,
Well,
Witness is like Telephone for adults. It's actually very structured. In the first round, you're going to have one clue that you either hear or that you are whispering to the other person. And then in the next round, you're either going to hear 2 clues or you're going to be someone who is passing 2 clues on to the next person. This is going to go on for 4 rounds until finally somebody is going to hear all 4 clues.
Yeah, but the tough part is you're not allowed to write down anything that you have been told until the end of the 4th round. And if you're someone like me, where you say, "Hi, my name is Jim," and it just falls right out of your head. I don't know what your name is anymore.
Hey, you!
You with the collar thing. Then you're going to have a difficult time playing this game.
Yeah, and at the end of the 4th round, you're finally able to write down your notes. After this, you're going to be asked 3 questions. And these questions might not necessarily have to do with what you thought was important and you wrote down.
That's just it, because if you have forgotten key elements or clues in this game, it is going to make it so tough for you to be able to try to answer these questions. And the thing about these questions is that they're not always necessarily direct. Sometimes they could be a little bit more vague or obscure in the fact that, yeah, maybe it's asking for a certain name, maybe it's asking for a location, but it could also be just something a little bit more indirect that you didn't think. So you want to write down as much information as you can to try to help you once it does come to answering these questions.
This is a co-op game, but each player is going to answer the 3 questions on their own, no talking.
On their own.
They're going to write it down privately, and they're each going to get a score based on this. Then you're going to add the score up. This total is what the rulebook is going to use to tell you how well your team did. And it's going to be like, those Cracker Barrel games that you play where it says,
the triangle games,
depending on how many you had left, you're either, a genius or an ignoramus. That's basically how the in-game scoring works. So it'll tell you how stupid or smart your team is.
But unlike that, you can't just pull pegs out. Like, look how brilliant I'm a genius.
No cheating.
Look how smart I am.
Yes.
Hey, look over there. Hey, look over. Okay, so I think it's a super fun game. It's one of those ones, though, if you're like me, that when you get information, don't get yourself distracted. If you're playing in a room with a lot of distractions, this game will become extremely difficult. And there are levels that you could play. I mean, there's beginner all the way up to, like, ultra super difficult. And I mean, ultra super difficult, just mind blown. That is so hard.
Playing ultra.
I can't do this. Trying to remember all that information. But you do like me, okay? I don't care what mode you're playing on. Just focus in one spot and just repeat the stuff in your head over and over. If that person told you that Bob has 3 lines on the sole of his shoe, Bob has 3 lines on the sole of his shoe. Bob has 3 lines on the sole of his shoe.
Oh, yeah, but not out loud.
You can't do it out loud, but just
cheating.
repeat it over and over in your head silently so you do not forget. And then that way, whenever it's like, okay, now you got to whisper to him, it's like, there, just repeat it. I'm done with that now. No.
So unlike the children's game, this game, well, it does have the potential for amusement, but that's not the point. The point is that you're remembering these things and working together to solve a mystery.
It's
so
still amusing.
It has a bit of a challenge to it as well.
Yes, and I agree. And it is very challenging, like I said. So, anyways, you don't always have to take our opinion for games like this, though.
you should watch our live play.
With our special guest stars.
With our special guest stars.
Yes, and
we
they
ran
played
through
something.
the sample scenario for you so you can see how the game plays.
Right, because we didn't really want to go too deep into the book and spoil anything for you. So we just did the beginner one, which is the one that they asked you to try to, do that one to try to understand the game.
Just to get the feel of the game. And how did one of our guest stars feel about the game? Did he enjoy the game, do you think? Oh, let's ask him.
He said, this game was fun, it was. So if you want to see Master Yoda and General Grievous play a game of Witness with us, check out the live play, and you will. And as usual,
Thanks
we appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.